Hi, it's Angela Critters, and today I'm going to be making a delicious Ooey Gooey butter cake, and this one's going to be pineapple coconut. This is one of my favorite combinations, and as always you start with the cake mix for the bottom. The recipe calls for a yellow cake mix, but I'm choosing to use Dolly Parton's coconut because I wanted mine to be extra coconutty. Ooey Gooey cakes, you can pretty much use any kind of cake mix on the bottom that you have. If all I had on hand was a white cake today, I would make it with a white cake mix. So all the bottoms are always the same. This one's got one beaten egg that's going in, and it's going to have one stick of melted butter. And then the topping will be mixed up in this same bowl. Such an easy cake to taste as good as it does. So I'm going to beat this together really quick, and then I'm going to press it in the bottom of a 9 by 13 cake pan, and I've already got my oven preheated to 350. So my batter for the bottom layer, it's real dry. This is like a shortbread cookie dough almost, because I'm only using the one egg. Some of my Ooey Gooey butter cakes use 2 eggs, but this particular one just uses the one. So I've got it pressed down. It doesn't have to look pretty because of course it's going to have the topping on it. And then to make things nice, you get to use the exact same mixing bowl, and you don't even have to clean it, which I love about this cake. So now I'm getting ready to mix in 8 ounces of my cream cheese with 3 beaten eggs. And I have another stick of butter that's almost melted. And I'm going to mix that up first, and then I'm going to add in, by hand, pineapple and coconut, and confectioner's sugar is going to go in a second. But first, let me just mix up my liquid ingredients. I'm putting in my melted butter, my 1 stick, it's unsalted. I've got the 3 eggs going, and they're mixing up with my 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. And then I'm adding 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. I'm adding a little bit at a time. Every now and then, at least twice, I've gone in with my spatula and scraped down the bowl. I'm trying to make sure that my cream cheese is getting all mixed in. Now I'm going to add in real quickly a teaspoon of real good vanilla, my Watkins brand. So it's 1 teaspoon. And then I'm going to pour this all across the topping, and it's going to cook for about 40 to 45 minutes. I'm beating it for 2 minutes. I got it started. And then after I got everything in it, the confectioner's sugar, the vanilla, the egg, and all that, now I'm doing my 2 minutes. Alright, so now I'm at the end. I've got my batter mixed up, my topping, and you can still see little chunks of cream cheese. That's okay. The cream cheese was completely softened. It's just the nature of this cake. As it cooks, all that cream cheese is going to melt. So I've got a 20-ounce can of, I had chunks of pineapple. I crushed it up, and it was very well drained, but it's going to be crushed. And you stir that in with a spoon by hand. I'm not using my mixer anymore. And then I'm going to put in a cup of coconut. And that's just going to lightly be stirred in. I reserve my pineapple juice for something later. I hate to throw anything away. So the reason these are called Ooey Gooey butter cake dessert bars, even after they cook, they're still jiggly. That's okay. It's supposed to be jiggly. If it's not jiggly, have you ever cooked it? See, now you can get a better look at what I was talking about, how you can actually see the cream cheese. But don't despair. It's supposed to look that way. And everyone's oven is different. That's why it says cook between 40 and 45 minutes. I'm going to check mine at 38 minutes. My oven has a tendency to get kind of hot. because this is so good when the center is jiggly. So like I said, it's going in at 350, and usually I give these away, but we're keeping these. This one, my husband and I both had a sweet tooth this morning, so this is one of our favorite versions. I have an entire playlist. It's starting to grow of my Ooey Gooey cake bars, so feel free to check it out. Here it goes. Well, it's out of the oven. And you'll see how the center's still jiggly, but by the time it sets, it's just going to be perfect. When you're cutting this, have a little tiny dish of water. It is kind of sticky, so every now and then you're going to put your knife and dip it in water, then you're going to cut again. I'm going to let it completely cool before I cut it. And this has been made even since before they had cake mix, and then people just started using cake mix for it because it was so much easier. But way back in the day, this was called pineapple coconut chess dessert, like a chess pie because of the egg, but it became the Ooey Gooey butter cake when all the other ones were made this way. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to taste it. And once it cools, I'll cut a square and get a little picture for the thumbnail. Bye-bye.